Hey, good morning. It's Saturday, March 14th. You know, a lot has happened to us since the last time that we talked. The last 24 hours, there's been great change in our country. Really, it's been coming for the last couple of weeks, but brothers and sisters, things are going to be different now than they have been. They're going to be different for the foreseeable future in ways now that we can't even begin to anticipate, but we're starting to get a feel for it. God is acting in a way where it is unmistakable that this is all about him. I'm reminded of the words of King Nebuchadnezzar when he was pleased with the great accomplishments that he had done. And God comes to him in a dream, and the dream is terrifying to him. And so Daniel comes and interprets it for him. And after he interprets the dream, a year later, things go on as normal, everything seems cool, everything seems fine. A year later, this happens. 12 months later, as the king was walking on the roof of his royal palace, he said this, "Is this not the great Babylon that I have built in the royal residence by my mighty power and for the glory of my majesty?" Those were his words. And at that moment, the dream that Daniel had told Nebuchadnezzar about a year earlier came true. And Nebuchadnezzar was immediately humbled, immediately weakened. And then after a time or season, we don't know how long, God restored him to his sanity. And when he became sane again, interesting, his sanity was restored. He thought clearly, and he immediately began to praise God and say, no one can hold back the hand of God. No one can stand back against God. God is able to humble anyone who challenges him. Well, brothers and sisters, as a country, and sadly sometimes as a church, we have gotten to the point where we are challenging God. We think we've arrived. We think we can manage God. We think we can manage disasters, natural disasters. We think we can manage the economy. We think we can get things to go the way we want them to go because we can put our minds to it because we're Americans. And that's not what God has called us to. God has called us to be humble before him. And this virus that you can't see has brought our nation and the world to a halt. We don't know how bad it's going to be. I pray that God would be merciful and hold back his hand. And he may yet do that. Or he may give us strong reason to understand that we can't continue in arrogance. We can't continue to rewrite laws about marriage to our own satisfaction. We can't continue with the slaughter of young children. We can't continue to act as if God is someone we can legislate out of existence and put him in a religious box and let him come out whenever we want. We can't continue to pray to an unknown God or to pray to a moment of silence or to pray to whomever. There is only one God to pray to. There is only one God who holds life in our hands. Should we try and be safe? Of course. But you can be as safe and take every single measure that you can. It will not hold back the hand of God. God responds to a humble, broken, contrite heart that acknowledges that our very next breath comes from him. Literally, our next breath. And that's what the coronavirus is all about. This weekend, this everyday thought, be humble before God. Unlike the arrogance of King Nebuchadnezzar, remember the humility of King Jehoshaphat. When he was confronted with the enemy that he didn't know what to do with, that could easily overwhelm his country and take him out and all the Israelites, he called the people together and he said to them, Lord, this enemy is too much for us. We don't know what to do, but our eyes are on you. Brothers and sisters, may our eyes be upon God as we call upon him to save us, to cause us to be humble, and to see that no one is king, no one is Lord but Jesus Christ. Think about that this weekend. You have a great weekend. We're starting to do a series of every night thoughts. You can go to the YouTube channel and click on that playlist. Continue to pray for these words that will be helpful to people. And Lord bless you and prepare you tomorrow for worship whether it's in your home or whether it's in your church, prepare for worship that honors God. Have a great day of being broken and humble before God and asking him to care for us. We'll be back on Monday for the next Everyday Thought and tonight for Every Night Thoughts. You have a great day. Lord bless. Bye-bye.